It's the end of the month, which means it's time for what I read in September. I do want to start with my audiobooks and library books first because I don't have those with me physically. And then we'll move on to my physical books. Let's see, I have one 5-star this month. So I'm going to end with that, end on a good note. And we'll fit everything else in between. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bet. And for those of you who do know me, hi, welcome back. Nice to have you. I had to lock Poe out, and I don't know if you can hear him. He is over there crying at the door because he gets personally offended when he cannot enter any room he wants. I don't know why doors are his worst enemy. But anyway, if I let him in, he fucks everything up. And I love my cat. I do. But he is, first and foremost, an agent of chaos. And I am trying to do stuff. Oh dear. I lost my place in my reading journal. We are in... Oh no. There's September. Alright. So from the library, I got Nancy Drew Ghost Stories, and then The Secret of the Old Clock, Secret of Shadow Ranch, and Secret of Redgate Farm. Loved all of them. I always loved Nancy Drew. There's never been a bad Nancy Drew book, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'm up to number 6, I believe. I'm reading them in order. Like, I have read several out of order, and now I'm reading them in order, and it's been enjoyable. Like, again, you cannot go wrong with a Nancy Drew. Five Broken Blades was my other library book, and loved it. Really hope the sequel comes out. I really hope they, greenlit that, because, oh my god, we ended on such perfect, awkward tension. I'm so excited, because the first one ended with everyone's secrets being revealed, and it's just so awkward. And I love when characters are in awkward situations. Perfect. Cannot wait. And then for audio, I usually get through one audiobook because I usually use Spotify, but now I've moved on to Libby. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get through more audiobooks because I am on number 4 of the Veronica Speedwell series, and 10 out of 10. Perfect series. Highly recommend everyone go read that. So far, 4 is shaping up to be really good. It's got ghosts, a haunted castle, a haunted island, a poison garden. Love it. So excited. But the third one, which I finished this month, is A Treacherous Curse. So good. So much fun. The tension and banter between Veronica and Stoker is just amazing. I love, 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 love how Deanna Raybourn writes her characters. They are just so much fun. They're so entertaining, and the two of them bickering and bantering back and forth, I've actually laughed out loud. It's not like a or whatever, it gets actual laughs from me, and I am loving it. It's, again, cannot say enough good things about the Veronica Speedwell books. And yeah, that is all of my non-physical books that I have with me. And now it is time to go to the physical TBR. I only have 2 DNFs this month compared to last month when I have half of the books I read DNF'd. But anyway, first up is The Lake by Natasha Preston. I had read, I want to say The Cellar and then a few other of her earlier books, and I had loved them years ago. I tried reading this one. Could not do it. It just was not engaging me. And I looked up I looked up spoilers. I got to a little over 100 pages. I looked up spoilers because it just wasn't doing it for me. And yeah, The Secret did not need 300 pages of very weak plot. It just didn't do it for me. I do want to try some of her other ones because I do generally enjoy Natasha's books, just not this one. My second DNF was The Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Page 5 is when I mentally DNF'd this book. Here. Just bear with me. My fellow bartender Lenny gives me the side eye. I know I shouldn't encourage this behavior. It only reinforces the idea that we're for sale and that they own this town. But screw it. I'm not about to be slinging drinks till I'm dead. I've got bigger plans. What time do you get off? A female voice purrs from my left side. I turn slowly, waiting for the punchline. Traditionally, that question is followed by one of two options. Because I want you to get me off, or because I can't wait to get you off. The follow up is an easy way to determine whether you're ending up with a woman who's selfish in the sack or one who loves doling out BJs. I hated this man at page 5. He did not get any better by page 140. I gave the book 3 strikes. I should have given it 1. I hated the male love interest. He never got better. It's very, woe is me, I'm poor, life sucks, and all rich people are bastards, and the whole BJ thing, no. I did not care if he changed his ways and became worthy of the female love interest. Like, no. He sucked. I did not care about him or his equally whiny ass friends or brother. None of them. No. Mac. See, I enjoyed Mac, her roommate, her her. I enjoyed her. It's just him and his friends and brother who just sucked terribly. Hated them. I skimmed his chapters or outright skipped them just because I enjoyed Mac more and just I couldn't do it anymore by 140. He sucks. I don't care if he got better. He never deserved Mac. She deserved way better than this dude. That that being said, I do still want to try a couple more Elle Kennedys. I hear that hockey series she does is good, but so far I'm not impressed. But anyway, moving on to Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard. It was cute. It was fine. I did not love it. I did not hate it. I did have to force myself to finish it because it's a little over 300. It's a short book. It just again, I did not love the main character. She was obnoxious and annoying with very little growth, it felt like. And she was just awful to the main guy. And it was insta-lovey and just, yeah, I couldn't do it. But I forced myself and ultimately it was fine. But anyway. Ooh, The Botanist's Daughter by Katie Nunn. I loved this. It reminded me of The Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. I read that book last year. 5 stars. Amazing. The only reason this one didn't get 5 stars is that I just felt the ending was rushed. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. The 2 timelines are interesting. The past and the future. The characters were interesting. I love, love, love lady adventurer botanists. I don't know if that's like a niche subgenre or if that's even a thing, but I want more of it. I need more lady botanists from like Victorian times. What are the 1800s? Whatever that is. But really good. Highly recommend everybody read it. The Longest Autumn by Amy Avery. Again, it's short. I pushed through it. I probably should have DNF'd. I I did heavily skim halfway through. It was fine. It just needed at least another 50, 100 pages of more. Whether it's like more exposition, more characterization, more fleshing out, like the world and the magic system, and just it needed more. But ultimately, it was fine. Controversially, I really enjoyed this ending. It was very bittersweet. It wasn't like a complete happy ever where the mains end up. It went into a very different direction, and really the ending was my favorite part. And not just because it was over, but because the ending was so well done. I really enjoyed it. But it was fine. Let's see. Oh, I had 2 graphic novels this month. Anya's Ghost by Vera Rosegall. I loved it. It's one of my favorites. I read it a couple years ago. I love the art style, the characters, the plot, the pacing, the tension. I loved it. I highly recommend you read it. And then we have Ghosts by Raina Telgemeier. It was cute. It was fine. I'm not going to read it again, but I highly recommend that other people do. It's a very warm and cozy book. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, V.E. Schwab, The Near Witch. So this is like, I think her first book or one of her first books, and it definitely shows. Because I went from Addie LaRue and her middle grade ghost series. Oh, I forget what it's called, but I loved those. I loved those books. It made me want to, read her other stuff. And yeah, you can definitely tell this is someone's first novel. Like, the pacing is off. There's no really tension. I didn't really care about the characters or really anything about this book. And like, it wasn't awful. It just wasn't for me. But I'm really excited to get more of her books. The Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, is it? I think is next, or maybe Gallant. That also looks really spooky and interesting. But yeah, it was fine. I just wasn't crazy about it. What if Wanda Maximoff and Peter Parker were siblings? Again, it was fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I loved the Loki one. I thought that was a lot of fun, but I think I'm gonna donate this one. Like, it was fine. I just didn't love it. The ending felt super rushed. It felt a lot of like rehashing, something that was said earlier in the book. They rehashed it later. Some things just, it got a little tedious in the middle, but ultimately it was fine. Just wasn't crazy about it. I am looking forward to more of the What If series. Again, the Loki one, so much fun. I loved it. This one just needed, another 50, 100 pages of fully fleshing things out. It just doesn't feel like authors are fleshing out their stories anymore. It's like they do maybe one round of editing and stuff, then it's off to the printers. But anyway, and my only 5-star of the month, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Yes, amazing, stunning, 10 out of 10. I have the sequel. I want to read it next. And I loved it. I love Emily. I love Wendell. I forget his name already, but it was so fun. I'm so excited for the second one. I cannot wait to read it. It looks, super cute. I'm hoping it's set more in fall because I think that'll be perfect for October. But yeah, highly, highly recommend. Deserves all its hype. It was so good. And that is the end of it. It was an interesting month. It was hit or miss as usual. Usually kind of misses, but I mean, I don't regret any of the books I read except The Good Girl Complex. Fuck that book. I'm sorry, Ellie, however you pronounce that, but fuck that book. No. It was easily one of the worst books with one of the worst male characters I've ever read. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this book. Let me know what you're reading for October. I have so many books on my list for next month, and I'm super excited to share them with you guys tomorrow. Or yeah, tomorrow, sometime early October. But yay. Bye. Thanks so much for watching.